Hello, everyone. Linda Wilson here from Learn to Transcribe Academy. And one of my recent graduates is Miss Sarah Bernard, and she took the legal transcription with apprenticeship course, did great in it, and she's now out working in an apprenticeship. So I'd like to turn this over now to you, Miss Sarah, and let you introduce yourself. Tell us about yourself, whatever you'd like to say, where you're from, that kind of thing. So go right ahead.
Hi, my name is Sarah Bernard. I'm from East Coast, Canada. I am by trade a part-time bookkeeper. And I found Linda's course online and took it and didn't realize how amazing it would be and what an opportunity it would be for me.
Well, thank you for saying that. Well, you say you're a bookkeeper by trade. So does this mean that you're presently working, doing some bookkeeping part-time or full-time?
I do bookkeeping part-time. I work 2.5 days a week. And so the transcription work, I'm really hoping it will fill up the rest of my time.
Is that your vision going forward, to do sort of some of both, part-time bookkeeping and part-time transcription?
My ultimate goal would be to transition from doing bookkeeping to doing transcription full time, and step away from bookkeeping. I've been doing it for a long time, and I just would like to have something different.
Well, you know, the thing about bookkeeping is it's very tedious work, and you have to have a really, really good eye for detail, because that's what bookkeeping is. It's thousands of details, and you got to get those numbers correct. And so that transitions really well over into legal transcription, because that is full of details, as you found out, with
Yeah.
all your punctuation and formatting and everything that you have to do, and your research and so forth. So it turned out to be a good fit for you, right?
Right. And I had learned how to type way back in high school when we were still using typewriters. And I caught on to typing really quickly, but wasn't sure what to do with that skill. And I had looked into doing transcription work in the past, but didn't know how to get my foot in the door. So when I found your program online, I thought, well, now's your chance. You've been wanting to do it for the last 30 years. So that's kind of what compelled me to take the course, just to get formal training in it, get a better understanding of what it is, and then move forward and actually fulfill this dream I've had for quite a long time.
What you just described is what I would call a fence sitter, someone who sits on the fence and they think about it, you know, whatever it is. I might want to do that. Sounds interesting. Maybe one day, put it on the list. And, you know, they just never forget about it, though. It keeps kind of coming back. You know what I mean? And it sounds like something triggered you to get off the fence and just go ahead and jump and dive in. I'm not sure exactly what triggered you, but I'm glad it did. And you jumped over and you dove right into my course. And so thank you for doing that and having the courage and the faith. It takes a leap of faith and some courage to jump out there, especially when you're spending a lot of money, even any money at all. You know, money's money. And so you want to be sure that you're going to get a good value and a return for whatever money you spend. That's the goal, at least. Did you feel that you did?
Oh yeah, most definitely. I still refer back to the course if I'm doing a file and I can't quite remember how something is formatted. I do go back into the course, find that lecture and watch it again. It's just absolutely invaluable information for me.
I'm so glad. And, you know, you can keep doing that. And even if the course expands and, you know, we put new stuff in it or remove things or add things or whatever, and, you know, keep it current, more current or whatever, it'll still be there for you forever. Because once you buy it, it's yours, you know, you don't have to keep paying again. And so that's good. I'm glad to see that you are doing that and you're utilizing the resources available to you, you know, and I'm sure when you went through, you probably downloaded a lot of stuff.
Yeah, I have a whole USB key downloaded just in case there's a time where my internet goes down or something and I still need that information. I can just go through my USB key and find what I need.
That's
So,
a great idea.
and I printed off stuff as well, and I have messages written on paper stuck to my wall that tells me don't forget these little things, and just some of the little things that I didn't know would be so important, and instead of having to try and find them, like such as changing miss and misses. um, I have that written down. It's just a quick access. I just look up and there, right, it is right there, and I don't have to worry about trying to find it again. So and I really credit you for the hard work that you did in that course. It's just a wealth of information. I had been using Word for quite a while, even as a bookkeeper. I was an office manager for a while, so writing memos and things like that. And some of the things you taught, I would never have known that Word even had that capability. So it was a refresh course, but it was also just a fountain of new information.
Well, good. I'm glad. That makes me happy to hear that you were a prior experience, so you thought, word user, and then you get in there and go, oh, I didn't know it would do this. I didn't know, or I didn't know how to do that. And so that's part of the training in there is software training. It's more to it than just putting on some headphones and typing what you hear. It's a lot more to it than that. And I do sort of push that a little bit in there of know your software. Whatever software you're using to produce work to make your living with, you really, really, really need to train yourself or get training and know that software really, really well, because that's going to be your lifeline, And like I say in there, knowing how to fix something is almost as important as knowing how to do something. Because if you get stuck, say, that's where it comes in so handy for you. You go, oh, I know how to fix that. I know how to, do that. And so
Yeah.
I put a lot of that kind of stuff in there too, to get yourself unstuck if you get stuck. And most everybody does sooner or later, they're going to run into something that they just throw their hands up and go, I don't know how to do this. So anyway, well, good. Well, I'm glad that the software training was good, that, valuable for you and just overall. But I'm so excited about, you've already started your apprenticeship, and how's that going? Tell us about that real quickly.
It's going really well. I've gotten very positive feedback so far. Obviously, nothing's going to be perfect right at the start. It's something I have to kind of keep in my mind. I've been a bookkeeper doing the same work for 15 years. You forget what it was like when you first started and the little mistakes you would make and what you've learned through the process. So I do have to kind of keep it in my mind that, I'm new, little tiny learning curves are going to happen, but the course really helped me to have a better understanding, just even terminology. I would never have known what colloquy was before I took your course. But so far, listening to the audio, going through it, and then checking my spelling and all of that entails after the audio that people probably don't really think about. The work is going really well. I'm really excited every time I get a new file to get started and start typing it out and proofing it and making sure that everything is how it's supposed to be. And I'm really enjoying it. I'm hoping to progress more to full time a lot faster than I had originally timelined for myself.
I think you will. You did really amazing work in the course for someone who has never transcribed before. And you had not. You were just like at ground zero, and we brought you through from zero on up, and now you're working, making money, and that's a testament to you.
Thank you.
It really is. It shows that you were smart and you were persistent and you really wanted to do it. You've got to really want to learn something new and really push yourself beyond your limits. And when you do and you step back, then you're so proud of yourself, you know, that you did it and you go, I actually did this. And so,
Yeah, and I think, you know, having a goal in mind of creating a career out of this, it
right.
really helped to push to motivate me to get it right. I was always making notes, going back to past depositions and trials that you had corrected, and making sure I was making notes of, okay, don't make that mistake again. Um, so that, you know, you're progressing forward rather than staying stagnant and not listening to the feedback that was coming.
Mhm. Well, you know, when you do some self-study things, you're just so alone, and how are you going to know if you're doing it right? You may continue doing it wrong for 10 years and you don't know it's wrong. You don't know what you don't know. And so, you know, that's why I designed it like I did, how I would like it if I was the student, you know, what I would want someone to do for me. And so I hope that all the feedback you got was exactly what you needed.
Yeah, it was definitely informative. It was just, oh, you got to just kind of keep that in the back of your mind. And then you and I had spoken about changing my keyboard a little bit so that it was more like a stenographer keyboard, and getting all those little, you know, tiny phrases that people say over and over. And that alone has sped up my typing speed, just having little shortcuts of sentences. And that, so I really appreciate your feedback on that. And
Absolutely. Absolutely. There are a lot of things people can do. They don't know that they can do them, or they don't know how to do them unless somebody shows them and explains it, you know, teaches them to do that. So that's good. I'm so glad that you took advantage of everything that was taught, and you you just really surprised me at how well you did. Your work was really, really good, Sarah. It really
oh,
was.
thank you so much, Linda. I really appreciate
No,
that.
I mean, I really mean that. It really was. And so I'm excited for you. And I know you're going to just do fine. You're going to have a long career ahead. And I want you to keep in touch with me.
Most definitely. I message you every so often. I know that our time difference, it kind of makes things a little hard to coordinate together, but
That's,
I definitely don't want to lose touch with you or with the course at all.
well, do, because, you know, I want to keep up with everybody. I like to, you know, make sure everybody's okay. And if they need anything, you know, to let me know and I'll see what I can do to help. Okay. So did you have anything else you wanted to say before we close out?
Just if anyone wants to take the course, just take that leap of faith, because it's there, it's real, it's, you know, it's invaluable information. If you want to do typing and you want to do transcription work, this is definitely where you start. Most definitely.
Well, thank you so much. I appreciate you saying that. And I'm going to go ahead and uh, close it out now, if that's okay with you. And I hope you have a great career ahead and a great rest of the day. Thank you again for your time. Thank you so much, Sarah.
Thank you, Linda. Have a great day.
You too. Bye.
Bye.